Welcome back to another episode of Opinions in the Dark, where all our opinions matter, honestly. But it's a Tuesday, April 25th. It's 6:17. The birds are already outside. So listen, you know, we already got everything that's already waiting for us. It's just a matter of time how we respond to it. Just know it wakes up before you. Drama, problems, situations, anger, all that wakes up before you. It's waiting for you. But it just really want to see how you gonna handle it. You gonna let it win, or you gonna win the day, and that's all that it really is. Because every day you wake up, the same negativity is up before you. I'm talking about up before you. You don't believe me? I'm talking about when you get in your car and you driving and somebody cut you off. That was already there. You just didn't know it. Problems, what if you can't find your shoe because you don't know where you put them at? You got to go to work and you woke up late. You rushing around the house. Anything, right? So just know any and everything is already up before you. It's up before the birds. But it's all about how you go respond to it. It's all about how you go adapt to it. And it's Tuesday. So let's make sure that we do it the right way. But let's get into today's episode. Today's episode, we're going to talk about the last step on what I feel as if is what I had to understand and what it took me to be able to have a successful relationship with somebody. And honestly, I should have said this at the beginning because this was the stuff I should have said at the beginning. Because honestly, this step is the type of step that you have to know it within yourself first before you go out and meet anybody. And that is being ready to date. And I know how it sounds. It sounds as if, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like what you mean by be ready to date? Like be old enough or be able to have a car. No, what I mean is, and I'm gonna give you a prime example. Nobody ever seen me on my bad time. And what I mean by that, like in the past, whether I got fired from a job, whether I didn't have, whether the job probably wasn't paying something, whether I was going through emotional depression, or whether I was going through stress, whether I was going through problems, I've never let somebody see my bad time. And I feel as if that's so valuable and so accurate, and it's so important that we have to understand that, because you don't realize how your not readiness, you can meet somebody that's ready and you could change their whole world because you wasn't ready. And you could take somebody who was in a position of being ready to move forward, ready to date somebody, ready to, look at somebody as probably marriage, getting a house, and then you're not ready. You're not financially ready. You're not stable. You're all over the place. And this person done grew a liking to you. They grew a liking to you. But again, you in debt. And I'm not saying that you have to be out of debt to be in a relationship. But what I mean is, you in debt. Probably behind on your car payments because you probably ain't got a job. Probably got fired. Who knows? But you out here dating. That don't make sense to be dating and you ain't got no money in your pocket. I never understood that. I never understood how somebody could physically get themselves ready to go out and mingle and cannot financially take care of themselves at the moment. Nobody ever seen my bad time. I've never thought it was okay. And again, these are my opinions, so you are free to do what you want to do. But I've never dated when I was on my downtime. I always waited until I was able to get myself back on my feet. If that was the case, I always waited till I was able to financially take care of myself. And I'm not saying, oh, you got to have a house, because at the end of the day, I was dating, I was still living in my mom's house. But I had my own car, I paid for my own car note, I had to pay for my own insurance. I was helping moms out. I wasn't in a position where I put a lot of responsibility on the person who thought I was ready, but because they love me or they like me, now they feel as if they obligated to help me. That is selfish. Let's get that straight. That is selfish. If you know you are not in the position to be out here dating and you might need to get on your feet first, but yet you want to come out here and date, you want to get somebody to fall in love with you, you want to show them all this perfectness and this, but then when it's time to establish, it's like, hold on now. Like, you ain't telling me you had all of this. But then what is that person supposed to do? If they leave, they consider to be in the wrong. If they stay, they got to take on your obligations, because not even though you're not telling them to, what do you expect somebody who is invested in somebody to do? They just go watch the person they like to drown? That don't make sense. But that's selfish. Because you, in my opinion, you shouldn't have been out there dating. Why are you dating and you're not sure about yourself first? So we need to be ready, and I think that's valid. You have to be ready. Now, it's different type of readies, and again, I'm not picky. I'm not saying that you gotta have A1 credit. I'm not saying that you ain't supposed to have no debt, no student loans, because that's America. Everybody has something, and I'm not saying that. But I don't understand the ones who like to turn it around and be like, oh, and I'm speaking to the ladies on this one, how you guys will be like, how I've seen, oh, if you was just broke, just say it. Now, I'm not saying that you're broke. I'm not saying that you don't have, but that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. It seems like as if you wasn't actually ready. So to hurry up and beat the person to the punch, you had to try to turn it around on them. Listen, there's nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with getting on your feet first. And even if you are at the position where you probably not where you want to be, but you got a job, you don't have to go out to eat all the time. You don't. You can eat inside. You can go for walks in the park. You can go get some coffee. You can go get a smoothie. You can go to the gas station to get snacks and go just sit down and watch birds or throw the snacks at the birds and let them eat. I don't care. But if you know you're not ready, especially if the person that you're talking about, I'm sorry, but the person that you're talking to, because this is valid, especially if the person that you're talking to is at that position. I know that person might be perfect. That person might be what you was looking for. But do you think it's right for you to bring your unstableness into this person's life? When they telling you they're looking for somebody to be stable, they're looking for somebody they can grow a family with. But see, I think that's something that gets overlooked, because it gets put in a position of where it's like, okay, well, we both talking to each other. They don't have to know my issue. They don't have to know my business. I don't got to know their business too. And you're right. When you first meet somebody, you don't discuss personal things. But whenever you are at that point to where you're discussing them, you're supposed to be able to be ready to be able to answer these questions. You're supposed to be able to be ready to be able to say, you have this, you have that, you can take it. Not, oh, when we get serious, oh, by the way, I don't got a job. Oh, by the way, I just want to let you know, I really can't really move in with you right now because, I already be taking money out of my account. Or I got to get this taken out. Or I can't really afford this because listen, I want everybody to be happy out here. I want everybody to find their soulmate, whether it's a same sex, opposite sex, green, white, yellow, across the country, across the water. I don't care. But don't be selfish with it. Don't rush into it. You do it when you are ready. Not because you're lonely, not because you need somebody, not because you want somebody. A relationship should come with the feelings of you just need a companion. You want to be cared for. You want nurturing. You want to be able to give the same energy off. You want somebody who can take care of you when you're in your down times. You want somebody to be able to understand you, to make you comfortable even when it's silence. But you cannot do it if you're not ready, because it's going to be too much added on to it. It's already meant for one thing. And like I said, when you get into a relationship with me personally, and it's my opinion, when you get in a relationship, you need to be ready to where you ain't got to worry about nothing other than this person taking care of you and you taking care of them. And I'm talking about feelings, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Like, like that's how I feel it's supposed to be. Not us worrying about, oh well, I really want to go out, but I can't go out because I gotta. But then it's like, oh, why you didn't tell me that? And then you make that person feel, because I ain't gonna lie, I was the type of person where if you told me something, I immediately had to give it. I immediately gave it to you because you was the person I was dealing with. But you had these same problems before you met me. And that's selfish to put, even though I was the one to offer, it's still selfish to put me in a position where I have to feel as if because I'm with you, I should have to do it. And I did, and that was my fault. Nobody put a gun in my head, and like nobody putting a gun to anybody else's head. But again, what do you expect somebody to do that's falling for somebody? So again, all I ask is that you make sure that you're ready. I'm not telling you to follow what I said. I'm not telling you to follow every advice that I give. But I am saying this. Think about the other person and think about how you would feel if you was in that position and somebody came to you like that. When you finally got on your feet. And don't get me wrong, you can grow together. If both of y'all in the position where y'all both might not be, you both can grow. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. Y'all both can grow together. So that's another possibility. But what I'm saying is, I feel as if there's a lot of there are people who are ready though, and they're meeting people who they're falling for, and then realizing that these people shouldn't have been dating. And I'm just be honest. I know for me, if I didn't have a job, if I know that my last check was coming from this job next week, I don't have a job planned up for next week, I have insurance to be taken out, I have rent to be, why am I trying to date you? Does that make sense? That don't make sense at all, because when dating, we got to go out. That's how you get to know somebody. You don't want somebody to come to your house, so you go out. But again, when you're in a position where you're probably not there, don't think you have to go out on these crazy restaurants to these expensive. No, go and walk the park. Go get some coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of things that you can do. But anyway, that's today's episode. Tomorrow we'll be getting into the mental healthness, because I definitely want to get into that. I definitely want to spread awareness to it. I definitely want to touch on it. Something I've been doing lately that I really, really, really enjoy. I've been getting in the meta world. I've been getting on the VR on this Horizon meta, and it's allowing me to be able to meet different people around the world, talk to them, still spread positivity, and I'm able to do it in the comfort of my home. And that's something that I enjoy doing. And I'm saying this for this. Find something that you like doing. Stop coming home and thinking that it's just supposed to end because you got to go to work tomorrow. No, go find something that's going to relax you. Go find something that's going to make you feel good. It's going to give you that smooth feeling. Go find it and do it every day if you can. I don't care if it's 5 minutes, 15, 30, an hour. But we have to start taking care of ourselves. And I'm talking about importantly and most importantly on the weekdays when we work, or the days that we work, because it's so easy to come home and get wrapped up in that same negative feeling of, oh, now you got to cook. Now the kids running around the house. Now they doing this. Now they doing that. Do what you need to do to find your peace. That's all I'm saying. I love everybody. I hope everybody doing a good day today. I woke up early, went to the gym, and the wife, we got it in. Again, I'm about to sit out here with the birds, and I hope everybody be positive today. Encouragement, encourage others, and don't let nobody see you fold. Apply pressure today and win. Love everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.